KonMariコンド、私のミッションは片付けによって世界をときめかせていくことです。Let's start tidying.
This girl's no joke. This is amazing. We have too much stuff. It's official.
It's so hard to let it go. I don't want to just, dump it. I want to be thoughtful about it.
Choose items that spark joy for you.
Spark joy.
The Marie Kondo craze. It's an emotional experience. We're trying to clear up our place. We brought in the professionals. Linda Chu, our professional organizer, joining us. Welcome. And what do you make of this KonMari method and idea of getting organized?
Well, it certainly has sparked a huge buzz in the community, the organizing community. So there are those that love the method and others can do without it. But it really has sparked a movement. It's a movement of self-identity, identifying your relationship with everything that you have in your life.
Yeah. Okay, so how does this method work? You've got plenty of examples for us. Take us through the method and how effective it is.
So she really debunks the notion of organizing by room, maybe a little bit at a time, one in, one out method, and doesn't believe that works and you will relapse. And her method is really organizing by category and in a specific order. So the category, so it's not concentrating on all the great products out there, which is storage, so it's around the discard. And then the discarding in a particular order, starting with clothing first, then dealing with books and with papers, and then this whole miscellaneous category called kimono, and then lastly the sentimental. So by the time you go through the process, then you're much more primed emotionally to deal with all the sentimental stuff.
Okay, well, it's hard. What's your rule of thumb when it comes to clothing? I mean, you dump everything there, you think, oh, maybe I'm going to wear this on this random occasion. How do you know when it's time to let it go?
But that's one qualifier. When was the last time you used it, if that's the case? But with Marie, it's around touching absolutely every item within the category and asking the question, does this spark joy? And so it's really having that one-on-one with your stuff to imagine if this has a place in your future, or if it's causing you more grief. So it's that sort of feeling that you have, and that's a huge qualifier that she goes with. And then once you pare down, then it's going through the process of storing it and how do you store it. And she has a folding method in terms of making things vertical so that you can see everything. Again, it's not flat, so it's folding it so it's almost like the spines of a book.
And speaking of the books, there's mixed reaction on how many books you can have, because according to Marie Kondo, how many books does she recommend having in your place at one time?
Well, the controversy is around the number 30, but the 30 actually talks about in her place, she has 30 books in her life, and but all the professors and academics out there, they're just on their heels with that. So it really works. It's what works for that particular individual, the profession that they're in, and their circumstances that they're under. But again, it's the same thing, holding on to each of the books, asking that same question of whether it sparks joy or not.
Okay, I'm seeing. This is what my office used to look like. If you're walking into a room and you're overwhelmed by just clutter, what's always the tried and true starting point to getting things done?
Well, getting things done is a mindset. It's, first of all, you have to want to get it done, and then finding what your true goal is. What's the whole point of doing the exercise? If it's not broken, let's not fix it. So if it's around entertaining, creating more space, you've got family coming over and your spare room is full, and if that is your overriding goal, or maybe you're in arguments with your partner around the stuff that you have, then some shifts need to be taken.
Well, you've written a full blog on the whole trend, and there's always a trend that seems to pop up. Outofchaos.ca, that's the website to get more tips on how to clean things up. I know spring cleaning is going to be hitting a lot of households, so it was good to have you comment. And finally, roller or folder?
I do a combination of both.
Best of both worlds.
Yes.
Okay, the expert has spoken. Listen, we'll take a break. More to come in your top news stories. We'll take a look at